Hey guys, welcome. So this time we've got a Discord submission. This is Cryo Chamber who has submitted us a game of CTF, Plat 2 on Aquarius. So, going into Plat, I'm thinking already we're not going to be looking at managing spawns and positioning, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. Start of the match probably going to be a bit of a mess. We might see a bit of overcommitting from players on either team. But I'm always blind when I watch these to give you my most honest thoughts. If you spot anything else, put it in the comment section. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the VOD content. So without further ado, let's get this game started. Let's see where the team is going to go at the start of the match. So we're opting to get the commander. Good, strong use of the sandbox already. No one's gone mid, so we're kind of giving camo away. And you can just see there's an enemy that's just gone and got camo. So personally here, I'm not going to go there back. But personally here for the start, and this may have been a solo game, so obviously miscommunication can be an issue. I usually grab this thing, and then I curb slide off the top, and then I'm gone, and then I'm straight up the jump up. If another ally says they're going to do that, then instead I will go underneath mid, and that just gives me a little flank on the opponent that's trying to go on the jump up to get some shots, so they don't get away with the camo. There's just a little thing there. Start of a match though is really strong because it dictates who has momentum in the first couple of minutes. You want to be really paying attention to your match starts, especially in Platinum and Low Diamond and Gold, all ranks really, to see if you're giving away any advantages. I'm assuming your ally picked up the shot grenades, you should never miss up on those. But one of the things here straight away, and we're gonna refer back to the old shot call, is if the submitter of this video, if Cryo is on the red team, his team has just done this. I'm not sure where the last player was. Look at all the map that we don't have control over. If you're going to push a map, you're going to push out the map on Aquarius. There's a very specific and simple setup you should aim for. Well, there's two, but I'll cover one now and we'll see what happens later in the game. You want someone top mid. You want someone watching fridge. You want someone hanging util or car. And the last person is getting the flag. And what this does is it forces the enemy team to spawn either in fridge or in the back of their base. And therefore, when your flag carrier runs this way, no matter which spawn the enemies go to, there will always be someone to support the flag carrier. So you want to be trying to lock up and set up. And to do that, you have to slay first. So obviously there's been no slaying. But both teams have essentially just gone and switched bases. So straight away we're ending up in this volatile filter of a situation where it's basically whose flag carrier dies and who gets the return, leaving too much to chance. You want to clear the map, push up. And then once you've got the slays, you then want to be moving up to the opponent's base. But anyway, let's carry on. So I flicked back a bit if you sort of lost where you are. So here's where we walk past the shot grenades. You can see that they had another player moving up on the other side, so they're attempting to pinch. And I suppose because the other team's left util open, they can run this way. But if this is going to happen, I would definitely not sprint with the flag so they can't see you. See how the other team's not sprinting with the flag? You don't know where they are. Very smart move by the other team to leave a player back base. Very, very annoying to deal with. You should always try to leave someone in the back base to prevent them from spawning there once it's been cleared. But usually you're hanging the util to make them spawn fridge. You get the return. That guy's got his headset turned on or he's crashed. Just walking past the door, little mistake. Probably should have hid in the corner till your shields went back up. Surely this flag gets scored. There's no way this flag doesn't get scored. Running across the bridge is a risky one. And then they try and pull the flag. So that guy just... I get what he's trying to do, but the player who just jumped off and died there, that was just too much aggression. He was trying to stop the flag and he overcommitted. As soon as that flag was getting scored, he should have just stayed util. Holding window's good. Like the crouching. No one went to read the flag, and you have complete control over your court, and now everyone's realised the guy's got the flag. So you want to make sure that you're putting pressure on the flag so he can't run away. And having 3 in you in util here is very dangerous because you can get pinched real hard. Guy didn't check anything, and he came on his own. That guy also came on his own. Nice double kill. I always try and point out the mistakes of the opposing team as well. So far, they're fighting very solo. They're going one at once. That guy just got 2v1'd. Get out. As soon as you get the flag, get out. This guy's just jumped to the middle of court. Ooh, a bit iffy on the aim. A bit of right stick correction. I think he sort of caught you off guard and you're a bit uncertain there. Try to use your left stick a bit more to jump and crouch and things to make your aim easier to use on targets. I like the choice of not sprinting so they don't know where you are because they're all alive. But as soon as the fight breaks out, be ready to drop that flag. Drop the flag, they've seen you. So in a scenario like this, you want to drop the flag and fight. Because now you're leaving your team at a 3v4 because you won't drop the flag. Okay, now you drop the flag. Fight. Help. That's fair, you got a trade. Probably wouldn't have stayed in the nade hole that is that little corridor. And that your team won it out, so that's fine. Just drop the flag a little earlier there. It's the same you see people do it in oddball as well. They just won't drop it, and it's like, you need to drop the ball so we can win the fight and get more points. You know? Lose the object... Drop the objective now to secure it in 5 seconds time. They're just throwing themselves at you, aren't they? We don't have any comms on this. But Cryo did ping the enemy in util, so we'll take that as a win. That's very good. I like how we're holding this side of the map, but no one's going to be behind you. So if I just go back there. I've done it again, I've gone. So because of the way that you guys are stationed up here, you can see you go up, you'll look in the direction you're going. So when you go back down the ramp, look the way that you're facing now. You know that no one's going to be in this area because all your allies are behind you. Very unlikely someone's going to be in this area here. So when you go down the ramp, this is a really small thing, but I would have walked down the ramp backwards. So I could watch P2 as I was going down. Just in case. Because there could have been someone behind you there. Okay, yeah, you're going to stay window. You're going to hold the power position. No, you gave it up. You could have stayed there, you had 2 teammates, but you did help out. We did another video about CTF on Aquarius when we did the gold video, so you can go back and watch that if you like, about power positions. It's about how players are too keen to drop down when they should keep the height advantage. Okay, we're pushing up too much again. So see earlier on I was saying you want to spawn them, force them to spawn in fridge, and now we're like pushing behind them. So essentially what you're doing... We just bring up shot call again. If your whole team ends up in their base like this, I think this guy died. Then this leaves, and any of them are respawning. Well, basically, you've pushed your line. Your team's line is all the way up here. Like if you think about where you are as a front, which means that no matter what, you now have to pass through the other team again. Whereas, if you did the setup that I said earlier... Whoops. If you do the setup that I say earlier... Right? If your team is holding... And again, you don't have to hold it the same every time. You could do it like this if you really wanted. If your team is holding here... Then if I put where the enemies should spawn, it'll be sort of in these areas. The enemy's line is sort of here... And your line is sort of there. Notice how you don't have to go through them now. Because of where you're causing them to spawn. Yeah? So everyone rushing the back base like that is making it so... I mean, if you're better slayers than them, you'll get the flag, no probs. It's all good. But you're making yourself an issue that doesn't need to exist. Anyway.
They've taken our flag. Our forces have seized.
I like how you decided to cut off here, but you didn't check fridge as you ran past. Don't challenge, they'll spawn up in that area. The game does squad spawns, it'll try and spawn people up. Especially if no one's died. That was unfortunate. Oh, it's a 3v4. Well, I suppose this is going to be over quite quick because I've only just noticed it was a 3v4. But we can still talk about some things. As always, we can talk about anything the player's doing. So here, you're not really being helpful. You're sort of lurking in the low ground. You have a numbers advantage here. So, like, even though it's 3v4, if you kill someone on the other team and then it's a 3v4, you should just collapse. So, like, you being that far back, you're not causing any pressure. You're sort of waiting. And now, so your teammate's pushing up. You want to try and help him. You want to hold util and help him. Yeah. Mistimed. There's no way the other team wins a 3v4 in CTF, surely.
Active camo.
I've had Slayer games where I've won and lost 3v4. I've had the oddball, but never a CTF.
Active camo.
Okay, so now we're holding fridge, so this is like... I suppose if we're going to get the most out of this video, if we talk about the opposite sort of setup, if you want to run util instead, you want someone top, someone here, someone could chill in fridge, but it's risky because there's no escape, and then the last person gets the flag. Yeah, and then this will cause them to spawn sort of like this. Maybe. Something like that. So then again, their line is sort of here, and you're going that way. And then if anyone shows, you've got lines of sight sort of looking this side. The only issue is that you leave the car side open then. So you have to be careful. So the guy top mid has to make sure he's sort of watching car. The carbine. If you're not sure what that means, comes from midship, carbine being the short side and pink being the tall side. So this is car. And then the other side here is pump, I believe, but people call it P. So P2 being the top and P1 being the bottom, and then you got like shrooms and stuff underneath. Anyway. Moving on. Some more setup stuff there to give you the most out of this video. Let's just continue. I suppose maybe that's why there's been a bit of reckless charging in this game, because it's a 3v4, but I suppose then I can show you what you shouldn't be doing if it's a 4v4. If you're watching this video, whether it's come back to Halo Infinite or not, Season 3 is really good. There's been some small issues with the Xbox and PC and people crashing out, but they should be hotfixing that fairly soon. Personally, I've had no issues whatsoever. Oh, and they're just chasing us. So see how the other team's taking courtyard and top mid, and now they're pushing around. Look how that player, look how this guy up here, this guy who's not moving. You see that guy there? He's doing the right thing. He's anchoring top mid. This guy, that guy is being a massive pain in the ass. He's definitely playing it right. And look how they're getting away. 3 guys have just taken your flag because that guy is anchoring and your team's not doing it. No way do they score a flag. You should be helping your teammate. Then you would have had 2 people to get the flag. Or 3 people. I'm going to go ahead and say that if this was a 4v4, I'm definitely think it would not be 3-0 right now. It would probably be 1-0 or 2-1. What is this guy doing? Okay.
Our forces have
Okay.
seized the enemy flag.
A bit of comedy in these videos. That was very strange. We should be rushing up because the flag carrier can't shoot his weapon, so you should try to be in front of him if he's in a fight. You should get in, get straight in. Don't slide into nades, obviously, but if your flag carrier's taking fire, you need to get in there.
Whoa!
Oh, we do have a microphone.
Jumping all over the place.
We do have a microphone.
Active camo available.
Scope before you grab. Scope the danger before you grab the flag. You have to slay, then get the flag. There are certain scenarios where you do what my team call a death touch. So you touch the flag knowing you're going to die, but you throw it to somewhere beneficial. Because that can help you get the cat. The other team should not be really giving you any trouble at all because you just have more guns than them. There's some definite desync and lag going on in this game.
Celebratory parades have been scheduled.
We should be using our numbers to our advantage. I feel like I always feel like the 3v4 games get very sloppy because one of the teams just assumes they're going to win. And if we're gonna coach these videos seriously, we have to pick up those issues, even if it is a 3v4.
Take it back.
It's so annoying when the flag gets stuck on the roof. You gotta make sure you don't jump when you're trying to throw the flag in Aquarius, so you throw it on the way down. There's so many times I jump and I throw the flag and it hits the ceiling. Really annoying. I like this position here. This is good. Don't give it up. See, our players are so willing to give up power positions. All your teammates are there. They should be doing the read. You should be staying on top of the base. Oh. Bit of panic from both players. Use left stick a little more. So look again. What were we doing there? This one, isn't it? So we gave up the power position. Do a little aim class here. Was it here? No, it was the other one. Right. Let's slow the video down here. What happens? Do we miss? You're using the right stick too much there. Left stick. So what you're doing here is if the enemy is moving this way, then that should be left stick only. Yeah, and you should be I was about to do that in real life then. You should be moving your strafe to kind of match them. And especially at low platinum, players don't have the skill to deal with that. Like they can't strafing and crouching in platinum is sort of like a lot of players just cannot do it. Generally speaking, you only want to use the right stick for horizontal corrections. The only time where you use the left stick for correction is when you're going to headshot. And what some people do to get that height is they just jump. You'll see a lot of players jump. It's back from the Halo 3 days when like bumper jumper became a thing. But yeah, so there's your little aiming class there. Make sure you're using the sticks appropriately, because otherwise you end up with this aim where you sort of like, oh my god, where am I shooting? What am I doing? And you see that a lot in like platinum VoDs. Personally, I do it still when I'm on controller. You know, I'm like D3, D4 on controller, and then just, yeah, it still happens to me too, but it's that control. I like how you moved out the nade. That was good awareness. Hold the corner. Don't push him. He's stuck in your base. You're not stuck in his.
Active camo. Inbound.
Oh, you can hear them. They just jumped through each other. There's two of them. Yeah, so there you wanted to hold util because like they were stuck behind you. You weren't stuck behind them. They have to come through you no matter what, and they have to come through your team as well. So I feel like maybe because you're solo queuing, you don't really trust your teammates, and I kind of get that. I understand, but if you're going to play as a unit, you kind of have to trust them sometimes. I know how hard that is, and I understand how hard it is. Actually, are you using keyboards? I actually think you're using keyboard, aren't you? It applies to keyboard too. You should use strafe. Try and use A and D to cap. Wow, they shouldn't have capped that. Try and use A and D. Rip plasma carbine. It's season 3 now. Try and use A and D and use mouse for up and down. And then as you get more comfortable, start working in mouse for left and right as well. Either you're playing on a crazy high sense on controller or you're playing mouse. I genuinely can't tell. I need to look if there's reticule friction. I haven't been paying attention. Do we get aim assist? Sort of. If you're on controller, you definitely need to turn your sensitivity down by a lot. You know, I run 4.5, 4, and then acceleration 3, or did. I would if you're just starting out as a player, I would probably start on the default settings and probably even turn them down. And tap fire the commander. Don't just spam fire it like that. I really haven't torn you apart this game, haven't I? It's the 3v4, you should be smashing them. As I said earlier in the video, this is from a Discord. This is from a member of the community Discord, so if you want to get videos done and you want to talk to like-minded people, definitely join up. Cryo's been with us a while. Definitely one of the active members of the Discord. And we've had a lot of players rank up full divisions from coaching and from talking to each other, so... yeah, there we go. So, that's the end of that. I wouldn't usually do a 3v4, but as we went through the video, I continued because I felt like there was a lot of things that I could teach you guys as viewers to do with setups and how you should play Aquarius. And we've not necessarily covered these things because we've done Gold Aquarius. And with the videos that I do, I try to make them appropriate to the skill level of the player. And as you're approaching mid to high plat, you should start thinking about where you're actually standing when you take the flag, and you don't just run in. You should think about, you know, where are they going to spawn if I do this thing? We're not really talking about spawn manipulation. That's more diamond, high diamond to Onyx, but definitely sort of where am I and where's that going to cause the enemy to be? That's definitely platinum stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this VOD review. As always, you can send yours in. If you want yours doing, you can either join us in Discord and send me a link, or you can email it to the link that's just appeared at the bottom of the screen there. But otherwise, this will be it. So if you like the video, make sure to leave a like. And we'll be streaming the HCS 2K this weekend, followed by the usual Tuesday stream. Plenty of Season 3 content. And if you've got anything you want to see from me, then let me know. But otherwise, it's been Vanadam. See you later.